Hello everyone, the Flying Scotsman here, and welcome back to Retrofest. It's been a while since I've been here, but I've actually been busy, and I have a couple. Well, I've got one real thing to show you. It's currently May the 8th that I'm talking to you on. And it's actually roasting in here. It's hilarious, like how this room can go from one extreme to the other. Because it wasn't so long ago that I literally was shivering, couldn't take my jacket off. And literally, you know, just making cups of tea to hold rather than to drink. I know it's a wee bit of a mess here. Everything's a bit of a mess. I'm going to have to take my kind of what became my work bag home, empty it out of a whole bunch of things. I want to tidy all this up. I have a 250 gig leading edge drive. I completely forgot about that. So yeah, probably take this with me, throw it into the recycling bucket. It's not going to be used to anything anymore. So, okay, what's been going on? Well, there's leaves growing on the trees again, which is nice. We'll start with the server, because I think that's a good place to start as any. As you know, it's the central place of this network, as servers usually are. It also is a DHCP server, so it leases out IP addresses to every machine on the network, and it has a new hard drive in it that I recently procured. The old 80 gig Maxstar was dying because it was an old 80 gig Maxstar. Anybody any questions at this point? The Dell, for some reason my esteemed colleague has been in and basically made a mess of a couple of my machines, and let me tell you, I'm not very happy about it. But this is the centerpiece of this video, this machine, the RM Accelerator. So I've got a new hard drive for it as well. It's running an 8 gig drive at the moment. But I have a 40 gig drive which I'm hoping to install in here, and I'm hoping this 40 gig drive works, because last time I tried upgrading the drive, it didn't want to take it. So that is going to be a shed load of fun. So I think with all that said and done, I think it's a good time to start. So now we are back. It's time with the screwdriver set, and we are going to continue with the ritual of taking this thing apart. It's a pain in the neck, if I'm quite honest. So obviously I put the monitor on top of the desktop. I remember I've seen Pushing Up Rose's recent video about making Mickey Mouse do mundane chores, and she was like, well, what would you call this bit? Well, in both cases of the desktop and the tower, I think you'd call it the base unit. But see, this kind of makes things a bit confusing, because you know, in the UK we've always called these flatbed style cases desktops, and then obviously the towers, like the Dell or the Mesh or the Grampian Electronics machines, we just call them towers. Obviously, but I mean, both the flatbed and the tower style machines are both desktop computers. So this whole thing really is a bit ridiculous. Right. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh. I seem to be getting. I seem to be feeling a wee bit staticky. I don't like that around TRT monitors. I mean, obviously you can get, but you know what I mean. Big Clive, I am not. I'm a bit of a wuss, so you know, anything where you'd have to expose the tube in a CRT monitor, I'd just run away from. I've got unsteady hands, which is fine. And something like this, where you're not necessarily touching a lot of high voltage stuff, but when it comes to tubes, even the most careful of people get bitten. So, yeah. Screws in this machine. At some point I'd like to replace the sound card, but I want to get a Creative Labs one, or you know, even an ESS one to put in here. Right, so because this is a desktop case, next thing I have to do is lift this part out. Thanks. Oh yeah, there it is. Now I don't believe that this all comes out on one carriage like a Packard Bell 3x3 case. Probably the 4x4 ones as well. I don't know. I've never owned a 4x4 Packard Bell. Nope, and I'm right. It doesn't all just come out on one. Right. What I can do. So we could be messing around. What I can do is I can grab my screwdriver and bring it round this side. This is a WD-40. WD-400. So, yikes. Alright, so this drive is set to master. There's no jumpers at all. So what I want to do is I want to lift the floppy drive out. I'm just going to nick the connectors out of this drive. And we just want to test fit this. James, clearly that's only the floppy that's in there now. Obviously I want to test it before I actually start committing it to the case. So this is what we're going to do now. Okay, so I'm gonna switch this back on. CRTs take a lot longer to warm up, so I don't really get to see the drive. No. Oh, here we go. Ah, right. So once again, it's fun and games with this BIOS. Let me actually see if I can just reset the machine and start it normally without any daft keystrokes. So, we are having issues again. I think with the original drive, what I had to do is set it as slave. It could be a quirk on this board. I'll try that. I'll get the Maxter drive. Right. Okay. So what I'm gonna do. I could try the cable select setting, which is there. I think that might not be a bad starting place. For a long time it seemed that drives were completely non-standard. Hard drives were completely non-standard in the way the jumpers worked. Luckily, though, that was kind of righted soon enough. You know, just you know, you started to get jumpers on hard drives that were, you know, a lot more akin to CD drives. You'd have 3 positions: master, slave, or cable select. Whoopsie. Okay, that's not worked either. Now, I'm sure this drive does work. But I'm also equally as sure that this machine is a bit of a dud. So and at this point I could even be reading the jumpers upside down. I mean, come on. I find it quite sad that The only drive this might work with is the 8 gig driver. I do find that, quite a sad prospect. Given that this machine does have the more powerful CPU, more powerful even than the mesh.
He's going to heaven, Mr. Terwilliger.
Now this is something that's interesting. I put a Maxtor drive in here out of the Grampian Electronics machine, and that works. So, yeah. I could really do with finding out how big the drive is. So this is 31.4 gig drive, so I'm guessing it's a 30. I don't know. Should be a 40, but isn't. But despite it being a slimline Crapster drive, it does seem to work. So that is absolutely fine with me. Obviously, my next question is, how well does the new drive, the WD-40, work in the Grampian Electronics PC? Well, that we're a way to find out. Yeah, these computers switch on around this side, I completely forgot. Okay, the drive is connected. Well then. I don't know what's going on here. So plug the drive into my testbed machine, and lo and behold, it goes. So what's stopping these machines from being able to read 40 gig drives? Unless I'm putting it on the wrong end of the cable. It bites me. Something's not right. Well, I tried entering the hard disk geometry manually, but it didn't work. So, I don't know what's with these drives, honestly. And now I'm starting to see where these machines had a problem. What I've done is I put the 80 gig drive in out of the server. I mean, yeah, the drive's on its last legs, and yeah, it'll probably die in this machine if it's going to die in there, but I would sooner have it die in a client machine than a server. In a server, it would basically take everything else down. I would have to completely reconfigure it, reset it up, and it'd be a wee bit messy. In a client, I can literally just, obviously kind of pull the disk out and, and then throw in a new one and reinstall should I need to. But with this one, I've been able to, I think, make it go under the 32 gig limit. I know some BIOSes had a limit, I think, at 32 gigabytes or something. So yeah, this is only detecting as like a 33 or something like that, which is, I think, how that drive's able to work. So yeah, I mean, this is what's going on. So this will obviously need a Windows reinstall, and most likely some disk overlay software, which I'm going to be quite happy to administer. That machine will probably also need some disk overlay software, which again I will also be administering. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to power this machine down. This has all been buttoned back up, and now we need to button this one back up as well. And I could put the dying hard disk in this machine, but A, I think it's a wee bit older, not sure how well it would take it, and B, it's easier to whip a side panel off than it is to take this whole thing apart. I mean, that's a bit of a kerfuffle. Like getting the monitor off is a kerfuffle, and then taking the cover off it's a bit of a kerfuffle. I mean, once taking the hard disk out, it's a bit of a kerfuffle. I mean, once you get it set up, it's relatively kerfuffle free. But I think you can see how much a kerfuffle it is trying to get it in there and what have you. And for fans of LML3's channel, oh look, it's a Grateful 42 mouse. Who'd have thunk it? Well, that's this machine set up in a way. Everything on it seems to work. It's got sound, it's got video, it appears to be network ready. And the server's serving, so that's good. So yeah, obviously I will put a fresh Windows install on here and the GE machine. So yeah, I think now that I've got a sizable disk in here, I probably will go for 98. Or I don't know. Apparently I'm getting another machine, a K6, so yeah, maybe I run 95 on this. I don't know. I'll flip a coin or something. So there you have it. And this machine is sitting pretty with its 120 gigabyte hard disk in it. I don't think it could take any more because it doesn't have the 48-bit LBA. So there you have it. And now I'm going to go and pack up because it's that time again. It's 3:45. This always seems to happen. Okay, well, yeah, we'll pick this up tomorrow. It's the silver machine. That's actually all black on the inside, just to confuse everyone. So here we are. It's actually nearly a week later. Couldn't go in last Wednesday. Had something else going on. And long and short is I'm in now. So I have a plan of action to go forward and to run out of time. So what we're going to do is we're going to install some drive overlay software on this computer and on that computer and see if it will allow me to use the full 40 gigs worth of hard drive. If not, well, I really couldn't care less if I'm honest. I'm sure 30 gigs is fine. So I have the software needed to make a boot disk. Also, we'll probably need to reconnect this Dell. Seriously. Any need to come in and just randomly start disconnecting my stuff? Do you think it's funny? So yeah, I've got the Dell. That needs redone, connected, put back together. But for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump on the server, if you will, and yeah, I am going to, excuse me, I'm going to get this boot disk written for the overlay software. So I know one or two of you might be thinking, gee, how do I get this disk created? How do I do dynamic overlay software? Why should I do it? Why should I give a damn? Why should you give a damn? Why don't you have a girlfriend yet? Why don't you have a job yet? Okay, well, the last couple of questions, wee bit personal, but as for the rest of them, sometimes you need to use disk overlay software if your computer is not able to recognise the full capacity of a given hard disk drive and you're wanting to use it. And here's how we're going to do it. First of all, I have the software on my on a flash drive, which is used to make a product key? No, which is used to make a boot disk. So what I'll do, I'll just pop the boot disk into the floppy drive. There we go. Now, that's good. We've sorted that out. Now, what I need to do then is go to the flash drive and I've grabbed the file, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy it onto the network. I mean, yes, I'm sat in front of the server right now, but for some reason it's sharing files with itself, because that's a beauty about networking. So I'm just going to copy it here to apps. There we go. Now we're going to launch it. Okay, on-track disk manager, diskette creator, continue. Do we agree? Yep. Right, protect window must be closed. Basically, the program creates an on-track disk manager bootable diskette. Insert a formatted diskette into the drive A and press start to exit the program. Press exit. So I've pressed start. Warning, this program will erase all data off the diskette. That's fine. So that's it away copying files. I'll need to label my disks at some point. Excellent. Okay, now I've got to label it Disk Manager version 10.46, disk 1 of 2. Oh, that was kind of unexpected. Would be a second disp. Right, okay. In that case, continue. Luckily I have a marker here so I can actually start labeling these. Okay, on track disk manager version 10.46, disk 2 of 2. What I'm going to do, on track disk (10.46) disk 1, and then I will label the other one as disk 2, and there we go. Now we are done. Yes, it does concern me that I'm spending more time working on these machines and actually using them for their intended purpose, but yeah. Anyway, so now we're at this machine, and what we're going to do is take out the Windows 98 boot disk, and we'll put in disk manager disk 1. So let's do that now, shall we? And then we'll power up the computer and see what's to be done. Okay, so my question is this display going to actually warm up? Right, okay. What's this do? Oh. Well, at that. Okay, so please insert on-track disk manager 2 and press C to continue. But for some reason this screen is really dark today. I don't know why that is. Don't tell me the tube's away. This brings back memories actually of getting my first 60 gig hard drive. It had Seagate Disk Manager, which was basically on-track manager with the on-track crossed out and Seagate written in crayon. Please wait, analyzing hard disk subsystem. That's not what you want to tell your beautiful date what you do for a living. Anyway, oh. Okay, I didn't really have much time to read that screen because it basically did it for me. Right, okay. So now we're into Disk Manager proper. And it's got a nice UI. Version of Windows may be present on your system. It is recommended that you use Disk Manager to set up your drive from within Windows. Yeah, I want to continue. Okay, so let's see. Set up hard disk drive. Alright. So that is detecting as a 32 gig drive. So, warning, the drive you selected may be your boot drive. Continual will erase. Yeah, these. I'm planning to set up Windows 98 Second Edition on here. Use a easy installation method. 33.8 gigabytes. Right, it would seem that using the wee switch on the back of the hard disk will not actually will let you access the higher capacity at all. Like I said though, I mean, really, I don't care too much. Please insert your Windows 98 setup diskette into the A drive and press OK. Do not use a Windows 98 floppy as it does not support drives larger than 32 gig. Oh, 95 floppy. Ooh. Okay then. Please insert your Windows 98. I did. What do you think drive A is exactly, Mr. Mooper? Oh wait, no, that's not Mr. Mooper. I wonder what happens if I put my Windows 98 CD-ROM in. Let's press cancel to skip this. Okay, the partitions that have been created and formatted. To install an operating system, insert your OS setup diskette or installation CD and reboot. If you're installing by CD-ROM, make sure your BIOS boot order is set to Yeah. Okay. So, got all kinds of utilities on this disk, so we could set the hard disk size if we wanted to. Maintenance options. Create an on-track boot diskette, update to MBR boot code, backup or restore. Right. Okay then. So this is on-track disk manager. I'm sure it probably will come in useful for something. So now the screen appears to be slightly brighter. Well, that was very nice and tidy. So what I'm going to do is I am going to set up Windows 98 on here and get all the files copied over and then start that. So then I can then use the CD, go to the Gramping Electronics machine and get that up and running. So to be able to do that, to be able to do that. I think what I'll do, CD format C/S and oh. No, I don't want to do a full. Yep, as you can see, we're making we're doing brilliant with this, I think. Let's boot from my floppy disk, I think. Yeah, I know I've basically just undone everything that I did with these guys, but yeah. So now I'm going to format C drive with the /Q switch. Basically says, come on, quickly now. And copying the system files over, which makes it bootable. Good. Hopefully it'll let me do this even after I just hard reset the machine after in the middle of formatting. Seems to be doing. Right, okay, system transferred. Just going to call this machine RM. And then the usual fare. So, while this is copying files, I'm going to make a start on the Grampian Electronics machine. So for those of you who might remember, we actually installed the old server hard disk into the Grampian Electronics machine. So let's see what OnTrack makes of that. Actually, I should have made you all aware, the system requirements for OnTrack Disk Manager version 10.46 are actually really quite high. You see, it requires the machine be switched on. A disk error. Oh, James. Thanks, old Babel. Standard CMOS setup. Actually, it's Well then, people wonder why I hate these older board BIOSes sometimes. Oh well. So, now we're on to something that I know and I know well. Let's install Windows 98. I really cannot remember the last time I installed Windows 98 onto something that had a 14-inch CRT. I'm probably going to guess that it was my own 2001 custom build before the 14-inch CRT decided to go mine. Oh dear. That wasn't the monitor going off, by the way, that was just me moving my phone's camera. So what I'll do is I will set this going, as you do. Online services, but system tools, yeah. RFD dash 03. Keyboard layer is British. Locale, unfortunately, is, well, yeah. Boot discs. No, we don't need a boot disc. I have got one right here that I'm happy with, and there you go. So this machine is now going to work. Does the dimension 4600 still go? Yay! The Dimension 4600 still goes. And as we finish one machine, so we start another. Skibbity, oh dear.
Well, you see, what happened there is I forgot to make the disk bootable, and I tried booting from it, and as you can see there, he's going to heaven, Mr. Terwilliger.
Skibbity, oh dear. I think I might let the boot disk sort this out. So, while we're here, we can at least set this machine up. So, that's what we're going to do. I don't know if the camera will pick it up properly on this machine, but judging by the actual colours, the darker teal and the darker blue, I would say that this machine has picked up the graphics card and is running it in 256 colour mode. also the sound card. So I have some drivers, just can't remember which disc they're on. Yep, I was right. This is in 256 colours. Did you enjoy that ice cold refreshing beverage there, Windows 98 intro screen? This is not for you. For the Grampian Electronics machine with the fancy pants Creative Labs sound card. Right. This keyboard wire is entirely too much in my road, so I'm going to try and wrangle it to the back of the machine. And I'm going to fail miserably at it. There we go. Ah! Okay, this mouse might need cleaned. RM Accelerator. ATI display driver. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to install some drivers. Just a wee bit of knowledge that nobody cares about. This machine is using a very similar version of the board that Billy used in his original Carolina Flyer, the A-Open board. Forget what model this is, but yeah, Billy had this, the Pentium 400, Pentium 2 400. At some point I'm supposed to be buying the board, but at the moment I can't really afford it. So, which suck diddly ucks, because I'm planning to build a Pentium 2 machine at some point. I mean, it's not on my to-do list with any great kind of urgency, but it's something that I plan to do with the Windows 98 machine. The replacement for the compact Presario 4620. This will shut up. Excellent. Okay, so that's installed. So let's see now about upping the color depth and the resolution. I do plan. This is another program that Billy's introduced me to. It's called QuickRes or QRes, and I do plan to bring it in on a flash disk at some point and deploy it to every machine here, so that if I get any games that require 256 colors, then it will just do it. And there we go. We're getting there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to install Windows 98, obviously. Get the drivers all installed, and then we'll set up the domain. Setting up the domain, very easy, just quite literally change a couple of things over, and then the server does the rest, because yay to Active Directory and Windows NT server stuff. There we go, nice big mouse pointer that I can actually use. Right. So apparently there's a driver for this Ethernet controller. Let's see if it finds that the one on the CD-ROM is a better fit. So what we'll do is we'll search... Ah! You daft moose. Ah, best driver... Oh, is already installed. Would you please behave, you stupid thingamajig? All right. Let's install some crystal drivers. Obviously the setting up of the base configuration of the machine is simple, but I do still have to install all the games and sort all that stuff out. There we go. Got some nice sound drivers. Find the driver on the CD-ROM, would you? Read from the drive! I don't know, I can't find anything, me. Don't know what I'm doing, like. Oh, 1998. How cute. Oh, there we go. Got the game port joystick. Crystal plug and play audio system controlled registers. Crystal PMP audio system, MPU 401 compatible. And there we go. It was a wee bit too high, but never mind. And here's something I should have installed before all of that noise. Intel chipset drivers. But, you know what? I'll install them now. Setup. I've just started the Windows 98 installer going on the Grampene Electronics machine, and it does seem that the 80 gig drive out of the Dell Dimension is not long for this world. ScanDisk just really is not liking that drive at all. But I've ran Windows 98 setup with the IS switch, which stops ScanDisk from running, and we'll take it from there. So this system has obviously installed the chipset drivers. This is something I do want to check, actually. Oh yep, there's the MS-DOS driver loaded for the sound card, so that is good. Yep, this machine is installing as well. Good. The Grampian Electronics machine, that is. So now that all the drivers are installed, drivers are installed, sorry, I do believe that we are now ready to put this thing on the network. So in order to do that, a couple of things I need to install. First off, I want to install the client for... Oh no, that is installed, so I want to click on that, go down to Properties, select Log on to Windows NT Domain. What's the name of the NT domain? Retrofest. Log on and network connections, absolutely fine. Before we do anything else, though, I think it's important we go to the Passwords control panel, and then User Profiles. Users can customize their preferences and desktop settings and yada yada yada. Windows and every user gets their own settings. Not ready to restart just yet. I will set up my profile though, because I do want the settings. So I'm just going to type in my password. So I've now set the CMOS password. Let me just double check my work. Excellent. So you need my password to get in. So there you have it, we're in. And that's a Grampian Electronics machine starting up over there. So in a minute or two it'll be wanting some information. Yes, and I am aware I have the hard drive set to slave on both machines. It's a bit strange, I know. But it works at the end of the day, and I really don't mind one way or the other. On this machine, well, actually on both machines, the zip drive shares the same channel as the optical drive. Okay. So, now, moment of truth. It's all working. Okay, so I have my profile. Excellent. So I'll log out of Mind. And then now I've got this PC is for the sole use by Aberdeen Action on Disability, Retrofest, and their service users. Okay, so let's try another profile. Let's try. You've not logged done at this computer before. Would you like this computer to retain? Yes, we would. Oopsie. So, as you can see, there's a few settings missing. And to be honest, it's yeah. So nothing else that needs to be there apart from games. It's quite ironic. I do understand the irony of I do understand the irony of locking down a computer so that you can only play games. Yeah, now here's where things all start to go a wee bit Pete Tom. Or maybe not. So let's device settings. Right, so they can at least do that. That's all they can do, is change the graphics acceleration. Right. 64 megs of RAM though. You can still check the machine. Still check the specs. What I reckon I could do though, if I really wanted, is ATI programs empty. I think there's actually ATI programs on my system, on my profile, though. So there you have it. So that machine is near as damn it set up. Obviously, I should point out that I've just realised that I still need to install quite a few utility type of pieces of software, so stuff like the zip drive drivers and CD burning. Hang on, no, not on that machine I don't, but I do need the zip drive utilities. Yeah, RM Tools. So I think with all of this said and done, I think it would be a good time to end this video here, because you all know what a Windows 98 installation looks like. It looks like this. So with that said, I'm going to continue on resetting these machines up and putting software on them and getting them all ready with all the correct games and all that stuff. And once that's done, I will do an update. So thank you for watching this video, and please join me for my next one. Cheery bye.